Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. A little bit loud, possibly. Welcome to our last sale of 2019, one we call our Christmas sale, and obviously with the beautiful Christmas decorations, it makes it rather nice. I hope some of you enjoyed a festive spritzer and a mince pie. I certainly did, so Milsom's did a very good job there. Thank you very much indeed, Milsom's. It certainly has been an interesting few weeks, and in fact you could say an interesting year. I don't want to get drawn into political canvassing, and I certainly don't intend to, but one thing you can say is that this could well be the last opportunity to take advantage of the market that has been stalling slightly over the last year. I think that it may be that it continues in its current state, but equally we may well find that over the course of the next few weeks things change a little bit, and if that happens you might well find the market picks up and drives on quite merrily. Certainly a lot of people I'm talking to are saying that they think that might well happen. So that being the case, take advantage of the bargains today, and please don't sit on your hands. That's all I'll say to you. A couple of things. There are no fire alarms planned, so if the bells do go off, please head outside and up to the car park. For some reason you can't go that way, you can get out this way as well. And also I would ask you to turn your mobiles off unless you desperately need them on. It's a little bit annoying for me and for people sitting next to you. Again, I'm going to thank the exhibitors. They always attend. They do a wonderful job. These guys know what they're talking about. So if you do need to speak to solicitors, financial advisors, rental specialists, do take advantage of these guys. They will be around after the sale and they're well worth speaking to. The procedure for today I'll just quickly run through so newbies will know what's expected. I will offer each lot as it appears in the catalogue, and it'll be on the screen so you'll know exactly what we're offering. You may hear me mention that I have a telephone bid, which Luke will handle, or a proxy bid, which I will handle, and this is where we're bidding on behalf of third parties. Once the hammer falls, you have purchased that property unconditionally. I always say that word twice. Unconditionally. There's no going back. You should have inspected the property, looked at the legal documents, have your formal funding in place. If any of that's missing, my advice to you would be don't bid. As I say, the fall of the hammer, you have bought that property. I'm sure you've all read the legals. You all understand that it's 20 working days for completion on all of the lots. That does take us obviously over the Christmas period, which means most of the completions will happen in the very early part of January. One other thing to mention is VAT. In this particular auction we have one lot that is subject to VAT. That's lot number 6, which is the big one in the High Street in Ipswich. All of the others there is no VAT, so don't worry that all of a sudden you've got to pay another 20%. It's only on that one that's VAT registered. If you are the winning bidder, Lorraine here will pop out and see you and she'll leave you with a buyer information form. We're taking on that form, we ask for your details as the bidder, the name to go on the contract if it's different, and your solicitor's details. She will also take your IDs from you at that point. They will go to the clerking area where the contracts will be drawn up as the auction is in progress. It's worth writing them legibly because obviously it will speed things up, makes life a bit easier for Adam. But if something's missing, don't worry too much, we'll sort it out at the end. The main thing is to bid and let's have a successful sale from that point of view. After the auction, successful buyers will be asked to wait behind. We'll sign the contracts, take your 10% deposits and your admin fee, which is £600 plus VAT. But again, you should all know that already. We can take debit cards, bank transfers, cheques. We cannot take credit cards or cash. But everything else, if anybody's got a bag full of £50,000 in notes, we can't take it, I'm afraid. We need to have some other method of paying. Those contracts will be signed in lot order. So if you happen to buy lots 10, 11 and 12, you might well want to have a cup of coffee or something because there will still be some coffees about after the auction while we get to you to sign the contracts. It's very straightforward. I'm going to quickly read the amendment sheet. They have been available. Hopefully most of you have got them, just so you're fully aware. Lot 1, which is 10 Northgate Street. Please note that the rent is now £8,500 and not £8,000 as stated in the catalogue. Lot number 3, which is 104 Barnard Crescent, Gallywood in Chelmsford. This lot has been postponed until our first auction of 2020 due to the legal pack not being prepared in time. The vendor is keen to see this lot sold, and there may be an opportunity to buy it before the 4th of March auction. So if you are interested in it, do please register that interest with us and we can talk to you about it, whether we can do it pre-auction before the 4th of March. And the last one is lot number 6, that's 6 to 16 High Street. The original lease for 10 High Street was £9,000 plus VAT per annum, and this has been reduced and is now holding over at £7,600 plus VAT. So the current yield is actually £27,800 plus VAT and not £29,000, again, as is stated in the printed catalogue. So that's that formality out of the way. We now have the fun part, which is the auction, and don't forget, you've all got to wave to me. Right, here we have lot number 1, 10 Northgate Street, very solid town centre investment, and I've put a few dots in and then put with potential. I'll come on to that. Obviously, we have a 3-storey Grade 2 listed building and a usable basement there as well. It's currently let to an established tenant and it's yielding £8,500 a year. So good, solid investment. The potential, I would suggest, is that from day one it'll be yielding. It is relatively easy to see in the future that you may well be able to create a residential unit upstairs. The way the stairs are configured, etc., it's relatively easy to see how that could be done, obviously subject to planning and permitted development rights, things like that. But that's its potential. So it works well on day one. It's yielding very nicely today already. But the longer term, it's got this potential to be a dual yield income on it, which would work very well for people. Guiding this one at 90 to 110. So I know that there's 2 or 3 of you that have seen it. I'd like to see somebody start me off. I always say mid-guide, but nobody does. Low guide, somebody start me off at 90, and we see where we go with it. Somebody here for it at 90,000. 90,000, somebody. 80 then, somebody. 80 I've got, thank you. 80 I have. 82 from somebody else. 82, thank you. 84. 86. 88. 90, sir. At 90,000 I have. Looking for 92 from somebody. We're at 90,000, that's all. Looking for 92. 92, thank you. You at 94? At 92 at the moment, in at 94. Good prospect this one. We're at 92, looking for 94. Somebody else here for it? We're at 92 only. You won't buy something like this in the town centre at this price. At 92,000. At 92,000, looking for that 94. At 92,000 then. At 92,000. Please come and see me post and we'll see what we can do, because that's not quite there. It's actually not very far away and I'm sure we can do something with it. Perhaps you'd both like to come and see me and we'll see what we can do on that one. So let's crack on to one that I know we're going to sell, which is 69 The Causeway. There it is, Burwell, Cambridge. Guide price 25,000. Little lot, certainly attracted a lot of pre-auction interest, this one. It's a very small unit. It's a very, very high yielding unit. Currently it's leased to an established hairdresser, some 3.5 years left on that lease. And I understand that she's very keen to stay and could potentially want to stay beyond that lease term as well. So great location, close to Newmarket, Suffolk-Cambridgeshire border, small, very, very high yielding. We're talking 17.5% at 25, so very, very high yielding. Is anybody put hand up at 25, or shall we start it at 20 then? Somebody's here for it at 20,000. I know there's several of you here. I have 20, thank you, madam. I have 20,000, looking for 22 from somebody. I have 20,000, 22, thank you. 24. You in at 26? I have 24 at the moment. In at 26? Yes, at 26, thank you. I have 26 then. Madam, are you in? At 28, thank you. At 28, you in at 30, sir. So 28 at the moment, the lady here at 28. It's with you, madam, at 28. You in at 30, sir? So at 28, I'll take 29 if you like. 29 I've got then. 29 against you now, madam. At 30, it's with you. At 30,000, then it's with you at 30. 31 new bid right at the back. 31 seated at the back there. 31. You in at 32, madam? 32, thank you. 33? 33. 4? No, at 33,000 then. At 33,000. Anybody else want to kick in? Hammer's up obviously at 33. We're going to sell. We're at 33,000. That's all. 34. Thank you, madam. 34 against you. 34. 35. Thank you. At 35. Little one, possibly. 35 and a half. All right then, 35 and a half. 36, madam? No, you're out then. Could have been a good bid, that one. 35 and a half then we have. At 35 and a half. Somebody want to go 36? We're at 35 and a half and the hammer's up. For the first time of asking then at 35,500. 36. 36. Lady right at the back at 36. At 36,000 now. Take the half again. No. First time of asking then at 36,000. Second time of asking at 36,000. Third and final time at 36,000. Sold to the lady seated at the back. Well done. Thank you. Lot number 3, which is 104 Galleywood, as you know, it has been postponed. You're fully aware, because I've been through the technicalities on this one. Please do talk to us if you might want to do something before the 4th of March on this one. So let's move straight on to lot number 4. There it is, with a nice big Goldings board on it. I don't know what that's doing there. 21A Grimwade Street in Ipswich. Guide now is 60 to 80,000. Certainly, you don't find many terraces in Ipswich at that sort of price. A totally unique freehold. End of terrace. Very large frontage, far larger than a normal terrace, but it's a triangular in shape and it goes down to 0 at the back. So it's a very unusual space, this one. Previously it's been let as 2 units. It was let with a art sort of gallery on the ground floor and had a little Saniflow loo in the basement. And then there's a side door which took you upstairs to a little rentable unit upstairs. It does need some work on it. It does need some refurbishment. It needs an imaginative solution. Certainly subject to planning, it would quite easily become a 1-bedroom terraced house. Subject to planning again, I do say. But it might be that there's some way of producing a dual income out of it, which obviously a lot of people seem to like at the moment. So, 60 to 80. Is somebody going to put the hand in the air? At 60. Let's start at 60. See where we can go with it at 60. Somebody start me at 50 then. See where we can go with that. 50 I've got. I know I would do at 50. Looking for 52 from somebody else. We're at 50,000. Looking for 52. At 50,000. 52, thank you. 52. 52. Looking for 54. We're at 52. Looking for 54. At 52. 54 somebody at 52. 54. 56, 58, 58,000 then, looking for 60 from somebody. Looking for 60, you're at 58,000 at the moment, looking for 60. Need 60,000 somebody? Anybody want to show their hands on this one? We're at 58,000, that's all. 58,000. At 58, are we all done? All done at 58? It's going to be a post-auction. Please come and see me. See where we can go with that one. It's a little bit off, but it's not a dear one, so we might well be able to do something on that. Lot number 5. There it is, 37 Upper Orwell Street. Just round the corner from our office, so it's obviously a good part of town. No doubt about that. Rejuvenation area, adjacent to the proposed new school that's going in where the cooperative was based. It's subject to a 5-year lease from 2017, yielding 7,140. So great investment as it stands at the moment. That's virtually 12%, isn't it? Just under, fractionally under 12%. Over 3 floors, currently offices, with potential again, subject to planning. And in that particular road, you have to say, is there a residential angle on it? For full residential even. That's something that may well come as the town evolves. We may well see more of the little secondary towns going full residential. That's my view anyway. So, great little investment. It's got double glazing. It's well presented. It's in good order. 60 to 80. Somebody start me at 60. So, when of you here at the beginning when I was saying now's a good time to get a bargain? We're at 60,000. I've got 60 right at the back, thank you. 60 right at the back there. Looking for 62 from somebody. At 60,000, looking for 62. 60 I have. 60 I have, 62, thank you, 64, 66, 66, 68, 68 I've got right at the back there. Looking for 70, 70 I've got, thank you, 70, 72, you in? 74, 76, You're out then at 76,000. At 76,000. At 76, looking for 78 from somebody. We're at 76,000, looking for that 78. At 76,000. Anybody else want to run with it? 78. 76. 76,000. 78, somebody? At 76,000 then, are we all done? At 76. It's another one. Post-sale, please. Lot number 6. We're banging through these today, aren't we? 6 to 16 High Street in Ipswich. Guide 450 to 500. Remember, this is one of the lots, or the only lot, that is subject to VAT, so you need to consider that. Obviously very privileged to have been instructed to offer this wonderful lot. A beautiful, in my opinion, Art Deco building. Stands very, very well. Adjacent to the big stores like M&S and Primark and those sort of stores, so it's certainly in the right spot. It spans 3 floors together with a full-size basement. And those of you that are interested, I'm sure will have done your due diligence. You know exactly what's on offer here. But just to confirm, there's potentially 5 retail units on the ground floor. 4 of them are currently let, and they're the ones that are yielding 27,500. The 5th one was let, and it included all of the upstairs. So when it was let, it was yielding some 49,000 in total. So it was a big income at that point. They've moved out, so that 5th unit is available to re-let. So if you were to retain that just as a shop, so you had 5 shops on the ground floor, you've then freed up the upper 2 floors to be able to do something with. And that's where I believe its value lies, and certainly those of you that are interested are able to confirm that. Okay, it's one that I do have a proxy bid on, so I am going to be bidding on behalf of a third party on this one. As I say, great opportunity, yielding from day one, comfortably getting £34,000 a year with the potential of, the scheme shows 4 flats on there. It might be you could get 6, it might be you could go for higher density, obviously all subject to planning and permitted development rights. So rather than ask you, I'm just going to start it at 420 with me as a proxy bid. We're taking it up in 5s. So I'm with me at 420, looking for 425 from somebody. At 400, 425, 425, 430 somebody. 430, anybody else want to join in? I'm on proxy, 30. You in? 35, 40. You in? No, it's with me then at 440. At 440 with me. 445, thank you. At 445, 445, 445, 450 somebody? Because I'm going to go 445, 450 with me then. 450 with me. 450, looking for 455. With me at 450, looking for 455. Looking for 455, it's with me at 450. 455, thank you. 460 with me. 460 with me. Against you, it's 460 with me. It's 460,000 with me. 460, looking for another 5 from somebody at 460. So you in at 465? No, you're out then. Okay, it's with me at 460. Show your hands now, please, if you're going to bid. It's with me at 460. At 460 with me. 65, thank you. Thank you. It's 465. I can go 470, I'm afraid. It's with me now at 470. Can you do the 5? Worth doing the 5 if you like, so it's with me at 470. It's with me at 470. Looking for that at 5. With me at 470. Worth going the extra 5. No? With me at 470 then. With me at 470, looking for the extra 5. Who wants to join in quickly? With me at 470, we're all done. All done at 470 then? All done? God. Frustrating. It's going to happen, that one, so do show hands straight away. Come and see me post straight away, please. Plot number 7, there it is. The little building plot adjacent to Little Croft Street in Ipswich. I think we have a telephone bid now, Luke. Yep. Little gems like this just don't come up nowadays, do they? Former garden land, very easy to build out. It's a property that has actually got planning permission for residential development for a modern 2-bed, 2-storey house. Typical modern house. It ticks all of the boxes. Living room, kitchen, diner at the back. Pretty little garden at the back with 2 parking spaces. Bedrooms and bathroom upstairs and an ensuite to the master bedroom. So great little finished product, this one. Easy to build out. Works well as a speculative type of project as well, I would suggest. So, 60 to 80. Somebody can start me at 60 on it. Somebody can kick me off at 60. Somebody can kick me off at something. Talk to me. 60,000, 50,000 then somebody? At 50 I've got, thank you. 50, 52 against you, behind you, right at the back there. 50, you in at 52? 2, 4, 6, 8. You in at 60? No, you're out then, it's a 58. Luke, telephone, we're at 58,000 at the moment. Want to join in at 60? You're at 58. We're at 58,000. We're at 58, 60, thank you sir, at 60,000. At 60,000, 62 somebody. Telephone you in? No, it's 60,000 then. Looking for 62? 62 right at the back there, right in the middle at 62. You're at 64. 63 then, all right, I'll go in ones if you like. 63, 64. You in? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No? At 68 then. At 68. 68 right at the back there then. At 68. Looking for half then. And a half then. 68 and a half. You're now pushing it now. So that's 68 and a half. 69, thank you. 69 against you. Bully him. Go on, go for 70. 69 at the moment. At 69 at the moment, right at the back there. 70? 70 then, at 70. At 70, do you want to put the half on it, sir? Put the half on if you like. We're at 70,000. At 70,000, gentlemen seated there. Are you out? For the sake of 500, you're out? Okay, it's at 70,000. Anybody else want to kick in quickly for that 500? We're at 70,000, hammers up, we're selling. At 70,000 then. At 70,000, for the first time of asking, at 70,000. Second time at 70,000. Third and final time then at £70,000. Well done, sir. Lot 8, this is 5 Silk Factory Row out at Glemsford. Very pretty little cottage. I was very taken by this one when I went out to have a look at it. Perfect buy-to-let unit, this one. In good order. Very pretty little terrace. Charming cottage in a charming village, this one. Property's in remarkably good condition. Has double glazed windows and doors, gas central heating. It could do with a little bit of tidying up, but nothing major. Nothing major at all. Possibly fit a new kitchen. It's that sort of work. It's more of a cosmetic project rather than a major refurb. It's got parking, it's got the garden. As an investment it works, you can get it tenanted straight away. As a buy-to-let, as somewhere to live in and owner-occupy, should I say, a first-time buyer or something, a lovely little project for somebody to take on. Somebody start me at 150 on it, and we'll see where we can go with it. Who's here for it at 150? Somebody here for it at 150? Nobody wants to bid at 150? Nobody's here for it at 150? 150 I've got, thank you. 150 I have there then, at 150. At 150 looking for 152. I have 150 seated just here, 152 looking for. At 150 we're done. At 152 somebody. No? At 150 then. Sorry. We do need to talk post-sale, but we need to be a little bit higher than that, I'm afraid, so who knows what will happen. 15A High Street, Manningtree. All as not the greyed out bit, the full colour bit. Very deceptive duplex apartment, this one, a leasehold property. It's some bit larger than you would think. It's actually larger than a terraced house. 2 reception rooms, 3 bedrooms, gas central heating. It is currently let. The tenant's been in the property since 2011, so very established tenant. That tenant, however, is on a periodic tenancy now, which means if you do want it for yourself, you could serve notice and get the tenant out should you require, although the tenant I know is very happy and very keen to stay if at all possible. Good solid investment, centre of Manningtree, which is on the Suffolk-Essex border, good rail connections in and out of London, etc., etc., etc. So it works for several people, this one. Guiding at 90 to 110, looking for 90 from somebody to kick me off. Looking for 90. 90 I've got, thank you. At 90, looking for 92 from somebody. We have 90 there, have 90, looking for 2. 90,000 I've got. 90 I've got, 92 beside you. 92 beside you. At 92 then, 94. 96. 98. At 98,000 I've got at the back there. At 98,000. Looking for 100 from somebody. We're at 98,000 only. At 98 at the back there. At 98 looking for 100. At 98,000, anybody here for 100? At 98,000 for this leasehold property. Big one at 98. Sorry again, this is an interesting sale, this one. There's going to be a lot to sell post-auction. One in Basildon here. Down in Laynton in Basildon. Classic redevelopment proposition, this one. Detached bungalow. It's on a particularly wide plot, as you can see from the detached garage there. That's been identified. It's now got planning permission to demolish the bungalow and put 2 very nice detached houses on the site. If you look opposite the road, the other side of the road, there are some nice big detached houses over there already. So that works very, very well. Good residential area. The scheme shows 2 modern houses, each with double bedrooms, and they are double bedrooms, they're big bedrooms, as well as the typical modern sort of open plan living space at the rear. Obviously with bifolds and roof lights and all sorts of things at the back there. And as I say, it's got its planning permission already, so we haven't got to think about it. It's ready to go, this one. Again, this is one where I do have a proxy bid, so I'm just going to start it at 350 and see where we can go with it. So it's with me at 350. Looking for somebody else to join in at 355. I have a proxy at 350. I'm looking for 355 from one of you wonderful people out there. With me at 350. Has anybody travelled up for this one? I've had several people speaking to me on the phone about it. And my proxy certainly, I have to be honest with you, will go above this level. I'm just trying to start it. So it's probably not going to hang about a lot post-auction, this one. So I've got a proxy that will take me higher. So it's with me at 350. I can go a little bit higher if somebody wants to join in. Come and see me if you are here for it, but I have got a proxy that's taking me up, so again, it's likely that that one will sell fairly promptly post-auction. 2 Cemetery Road. There it is. Hopefully you've all come for this one. Have you all come for this one? I hope so. It's generated very strong interest, lots of viewers on it anyway. It's just come off a let, gas central heating, UPVC double glazing, 2 reception rooms, nice little fitted kitchen, 2 bedrooms and bathroom upstairs, and a clever configuration upstairs to give autonomy from the bedrooms to the bathroom, which is rather nice. And it's got a cellar, and it's in probably one of the best little areas in Ipswich at the moment, this one. So it works very well from that point of view. Presented in very clean, tidy condition. Virtually ready to let, this one. Luke, you're on the phone. Have you got through? Looks as though you have, which is hopefully the case. 1 to 125. Somebody start me at 100. Somebody start me. I've got 100 bid. I've got 100 bid already. 102. Thank you. 102 I have. 102. 104. 6. 8. 10. 12, sir? No, it's at 10 this gentleman then. Looking for 12 from somebody. At 12. Thank you. At 12. At 12. You in, sir? No, it's 112 then. 114 at the back again. 114 against you, madam. 114 at the back. 116. 116. Thank you. 116. 116. 118. 118. 120. At 120 then. At 120. At 120. Looking for 122 from somebody. At 120. At 120, the lady seated to my right. At 120. Anybody else here for it? A lot of viewers, a lot of interest. 120. It's going to sell. 120. At 120. Telephone bidder, you in? No, we're at 120 in the room then. At 120 in the room. Are we all done? It's probably the buy of the sale, this one at 120. If we're all done, the hammer's up. First time of asking then at 120,000. Second time at 120,000. Third and final time at 120,000. Well done. Okay, that was our penultimate lot. Obviously one more lot to go. As you know, I passed on a couple of them today, to say the least. Do come and see me post-auction about those ones. Obviously, before you all zoom off to put your Christmas decks up and make your mince pies, I'd like to thank you all for coming and wish you all a happy Christmas. Hopefully I'm the first one to say that to you. Remember, our advice is free, without any obligation, so if you have anything you'd like to discuss putting to auction, do please come and chat with me or any of the team here. So the last lot we're offering is number 5 High Street in Ipswich. It's late entry. There it is. Captured imagination of several of you. I know that there's several of you that were very interested in this one. Very pretty 3-storey building. It's very well presented. It's got double glazing, all of that you would expect of a well presented and maintained property. Again, it's in very much the right part of town, stone's throw from M&S and Primark and all of the big stores in Westgate Street. So you are right where you need to be as far as property is concerned. It currently has 1 unit. Potentially, again, there may be an opportunity to redevelop to have a dual yield income out of it, but it also would work very nicely subject to planning as a work-live type of operation for any tenants or any purchasers. Obviously, all subject to planning permission and all the normal caveats that you would expect me to say. So, 90 to 110, I'm looking for somebody to start me off at 90,000. We'll have a little auction this time, shall we? At 90,000. At 90,000 for this one, with the potential at 90,000. Again, I've got 90 at the back there. That's nice straight away at 90. Looking for 92. At 90,000, looking for 92. At 90, at 92, thank you, at 92. 94. 96. 98. At 98,000, looking for 100. We're at 98,000, looking for 100. At 98,000, are we going to see the 100 on it? It's at 98,000 at 100. Thank you, sir. 100. 102. 102. It's at 100. It's all 100. At 100. Take the 1 if you like. 101. 101 against you now. 101. So you're going. At 101 at the moment. At 101. 101, are you in at 2, sir? At 2. 3. 4. 4. At 104. And a half. 104 and a half. 105, sir. 104 and a half at the moment. 105. At 104 and a half at the moment. At 105 you're going. You in at 105? No, you're not. It's at 104 and a half then. 104 and a half. Are we all done then at 104 and a half? Sure nobody else wants to put that extra 500 on it. £104,500. Extra 5? For the first time of asking then at 104,500. Second time at 104,500. 105, thank you. Thank you, sir, at 105. At 105 then. I'm getting a big shake now. It's with you, sir, at 105 by the looks of things. At 105 then. At 105. Right, we're selling at 105 if we're all done. For the first time of asking then at 105,000. Second time at 105,000. The third and final time at 105,000. Well done, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for coming. As I say, there's 2 or 3 properties that are available. They're all here to be sold. Please don't rush off if you want to come and talk to me about any of them, and we'll sort them out for you. But thank you very much for attending, and season's greetings to you all. Thank you.